Summer is over. Other than my kid coming for a few days midsummer, I have not had any company on the property. I must admit that it was quite nice to not have any interrupted weeks and to not be distracted by having to host any company. This really was a summer of no stress or overstimulation from any outside sources, and I was really able to focus on the challenges that I had right here on the homestead. I cannot say that I missed hosting company this summer. I think fall's gonna roll in really, really fast this year, and I'm here for it. Hey guys, it's Katie Kate on the homestead. Summer is over, and I'm not upset about it one bit. This week I have been exhausted. I think that's pretty normal for the end of summer because it is a time when there is a lot of things to get done around here. So I've been resting and taking it easy. Well, I just came out to try to do some yoga, but my knee is not having it. So I'm just going to lay here under this pine tree and do some stretching. Today, I really woke up a little more refreshed, and I decided to get out and just start moving around, getting a few things done. I decided to hang on to a dozen or so of these cedar posts left over from the fencing project, so I wanted to get those moved into the she shack just to get them out of the elements. The rest of the posts I'm just going to be giving to Scott as a thank you for his help. Good morning. Hey, Frida. Oh, no. I also wanted to get the last of this wood that I blocked up for kindling into the she shack, again, just out of the elements. I did manage to get my eaves trough finished, and we did have rain, finally. I collected an entire rain barrel full of water, and it definitely saturated the ground a little bit. It was a nice, light, consistent, sustained rain over a couple of days. We're not out of the woods yet as far as our drought conditions go, but it was really, really refreshing to finally get some rain around here. I actually got 3 loads of laundry done. I haven't done laundry in over a month. I have never been so excited for that chore in my entire life. My cats have been absolutely on the prowl this week, and while I don't always love to see their killing nature, I certainly appreciate having fewer pests, mice, and chipmunks potentially in my house and in my attic. This week they dropped off this super weird looking thing that I had never seen before, and I was really worried that it was an infected animal with some kind of virus, like the rabbits that we've seen with the tentacles growing out of their faces. But I looked it up, and this is called a star-nosed mole, and I guess that organ out the front of its face is sensory because they're blind. Thing freaked me out. Apparently, they live around here. I asked Scott. He said he's never seen one in his life. It was big, too. It was probably that big. Other than that, this week I've just been in the kitchen. I've been trying to cook with some of my garden harvest. I made a really beautiful roasted tomato soup that I packaged up for the freezer. And I have some zucchini that I want to bread and freeze as well. I really should get out and start picking apples in the orchard. Right now, I've just been picking up the fallen apples and feeding them to the barn animals. I'm not sure what I will do with my apple harvest this year, if anything. I kind of wanted to make some cider like I had the first year that I lived here, but we'll see how ambitious I get to get that actually done. It's Labor Day weekend here in Canada. It's always been my favorite long weekend. Unfortunately, this is the weekend that my dad passed away, which kind of changes my feelings about this time of year. My dad was a pilot, and he actually died in a crash on Labor Day. It was a solo flight. And then my birthday was only a few days later. So although this is my favorite time of year, it's also a little melancholy for me since then. That happened in 2006. One of the reasons why I love seeing the planes fly overhead and I always wave at them is because it reminds me of being a child. And when I would go to my dad's, he had a little private runway on his farm and he had a biplane. And so we would go up and fly over properties. And it was something I really enjoyed. And I remember seeing people waving at us. It's really neat because twice now over the past 2 weeks, the biplane that flies over my place has done a really low flyover. Once I was up on the ladder working on the eaves trough, and the other time I was out blocking some wood, and I was waving at them, and they came really, really low and did a nice little dip and turn. I'm really happy that they like flying over my property. I'm sure I've made it pretty clear that I don't mind waving at them whenever they do. I imagine it's pretty colorful from the air with all the paintings. I think that's probably it for today. I don't think I will get up to too much heavy physical labor considering how my knee is still feeling. Maybe I'll try to get back into the kitchen. Otherwise, just enjoy this long weekend. We have some beautiful weather. I think fall's gonna roll in really, really fast this year, and I'm here for it. Until next time, happy, healthy living. I hope you're all doing well, staying safe, staying kind, and looking forward to a beautiful fall. I'm Katie Kate on the Homestead, and I'll see you later.